Hepburn once said, "I was born with an enormous need for affection and a terrible need to give it." A lot of you said you had celebrity idols. Well, Audrey was a well-known actress in the 1950s and 60s. She was known for her beauty, her grace, and her loving affection. And I'm here to inform you about my favorite actress and idol, Audrey Hepburn. I'll begin with the early life and childhood and tell you about her acting career and finish by telling you her philanthropy, which she was very involved with after her career. Audrey had a difficult childhood. She was born in Brussels, Belgium, and at age 5 she moved to England to stay with a family for the holidays to further her English language and culture. At age 6, her father walked out on her family, and which Audrey describes as the most traumatic memory of her life. Shortly after, she began ballet lessons after being introduced to some performances in Brussels as a young girl. As a teenage girl, she lived in occupied Holland during World War II. During this time, her family's property was taken by German troops, and that's when Audrey's passion for dance and music escalated. She trained at the Anthem School of Music and would dance in blackout performances which were secret fundraisers for the resistance during World War II. She also was a messenger for the resistance, which she would carry like messages in her shoes or hats as a young child. She also gave private dance lessons for under the table so she could raise money for her family. But during that time, food was very scarce, and she developed a lot of health issues, suffering from asthma and other diseases due to malnutrition, which also led to a lot of anorexia rumors through her later career. She also suffered from anemia, and after the war is when her mother and Audrey decided to focus more on her acting and dance career. When Audrey was in her 20s, she became a star. She starred in Broadway's show Gigi, which launched her career. During this time, Audrey signed as a star as a princess in Roman Holiday. And once Roman Holiday was released in the United States, Audrey's look became overwhelmingly popular, and she was starting to get followed by fashion magazines all over the world. She was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress in a Role of Roman Holiday, and afterwards she starred in Sabrina, which led to her another Oscar nomination. She also chose to play roles in Funny Face and The Nun Story in the late 1950s, and the early 1960s is when she was in the film Breakfast at Tiffany's, which was a very popular movie still today. She then played in Paris When It Sizzles and gets in the lead role of My Fair Lady and stars in smaller films as well. By the 70s, Audrey Hepburn retires but will still play a couple of small roles in movies. After such a successful career, Audrey went into complete retirement. In 1987, she becomes a Goodwill Ambassador for the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, which is also known as UNICEF, which helps protect rights as well as giving children their needs and giving them a chance to reach their full potential in some third world countries and underprivileged countries. According to the Data Resource Profile, Children's Resource UNICEF maintains a set of global database representing nearly 200 countries and covering the areas of child mortality, child health, maternal health, nutrition, immunization, water and sanitation, HIV and AIDS, education, and child protection. As an ambassador, she traveled all over the world. She went to Sudan, Ethiopia, Japan, Somalia. She went to some of the countries with the worst living situations you could imagine, and it played a big, because of World War II, she kind of saw a lot of that pain going through that too, and it really hit home for her. That's why she was so passionate about UNICEF. She brought the world's attention to the cause because of her fame, and she was a big spokesperson for the cause. Her acting career became second behind UNICEF. Audrey found that continuing her acting career was much less important than her work with UNICEF. She was later diagnosed in 1992 with colon cancer during her work with UNICEF and went into immediate surgery. And she was then given the Presidential Medal of Freedom for her work with UNICEF by the U.S. Ambassador himself, and also received the John Herschel Humanitarian Award given by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in 1993. About a month later, on January 20th, 1993, she passed away in her sleep, and that's when she was supposed to gain her award, and it was accepted by her son. So I've taken you through the life of Audrey Hepburn, and I told you about her childhood, her acting career, and her life after her career. As you can see, she was a very affectionate person, and especially after going through World War II and seeing all the children in these third world countries going through similar situations. She was a fashion icon, an excellent actress, and a great philanthropist. I hope you now have a better understanding of Audrey Hepburn's life and can find as much affection as your heart as Audrey did. Thank you.